Vijaya Lakshmi ma'am, it's great to have you here on this show, Interesting Insights, and I'm sure we'll have a fun-filled and entertaining chat together. So, how do you feel coming onto the show?
Abhi, it's really a very, very happy moment for me to see students of as old as 2008, 9 coming and connecting with me. Of
Hmm.
late, I've been fortunate enough to connect with few of the students from 2007 to 10, where I've spent my PES years. And
Oh.
you being one of them, I always held special place for your batch of
Hmm.
friends in my entire academic career. It's great to connect with you and see you doing some amazing stuff online.
Honor is mine, ma'am. Thank you so much. And let's start first. The whole episode will have four segments. So let's begin with the first one. First
Yeah.
one is called My Nostalgia. So it's all about your childhood and your schooling. So how were you, ma'am, as a kid? Were you mischievous or a parent-abiding child? Over to you.
So, Abhi, I had some fond memories of my childhood in sense like I was never a silent kid. I
Mm-hmm.
was always the hyperactive one. But
Mm-hmm.
however, coming to the beginning of my childhood, we spent most of our childhood in Orissa.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a state government employee in Orissa State Government Irrigation Department.
Mm-hmm.
And I traveled across Orissa in smaller towns.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, my father always chose those places which had good education for his children. So,
Okay.
for example, I started in Raigada, a small
Mm-hmm.
town, a tribal area, but a small town with an English medium school.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a missionary school, exemplary school standards, ICSE course. So
Mm-hmm.
fortunate to start from there. And then we went to Parlakindi at Ganjam district again, which was bordering Andhra. And there also we had a very, very good English medium school across the river. You'll be very, very, it's like a nice nostalgia for me to describe the place because other side of the river, it's Orissa, and the
Mm.
other side, it is Andhra. And
Oh.
my school was in Andhra Pradesh. We were staying in Orissa. Just had to cross the river to go to our school.
Oh. Okay.
This
Mm.
kind of educational importance was given by my dad. Fortunate that even though we were four siblings, we had the best of education. And
Mm.
I think we were lucky enough to be born in the late 70s,
Mm-hmm.
beginning of 80s, when we were seeing that kind of transformation in technology, where we had nothing and
Mm.
slowly we started getting everything. No
Mm.
telephone, no refrigerator, no what do you call television,
Mm.
nothing of the gadgets. Only
Mm.
thing we were like, school done, we have to come home, have our lunch, and go back to play.
Mm.
And we were dying to go out to play. And the small things like we going on the road, taking 125 to 50 paisa to give the cycle stand fellow and trying to learn to ride a cycle in the afternoons
Mm.
where
Mm.
everybody was sleeping. And like you asked me, I was never the silent one. I used to jump on the pit wall of my backyard to go with my friends to learn that cycle in the afternoon.
Oh. Mm.
And I think I was like a tomboy playing gilli dandi and all the other street plays. So
Mm.
when you ask me this, it's like a gamut of memories for me to put in and collecting all types of vegetables from others' gardens, trying to put in some vessel and trying to cook our food on stones and
Mm.
collecting that small insects in a matchbox and trying to put it in others' bags. And then at 4 o'clock, we used to run to our tuitions.
Mm.
We had that tuition culture also then.
Mm.
So
Mm.
happily going there and playing back, coming home.
Mm.
And it was like something. And then when we got our first refrigerator, my dad had to go to nearest town, Vishakhapatnam, to get a refrigerator, which was Kelvinator.
Mm.
And entire street would come to our house for ice.
Okay. Mm. Mm.
And then we used to have that VCR, na? When
Mm.
the entire
Mm.
TV and VCRs came, we used to collect 10 rupees and find out one house yard in front, and then everybody would bring their chairs on a Saturday to sit and see the magical movies of Tofa, Himmatwala, and it was like so much of funny things. Like we used to sit in the night and see all the movies till Sunday. Then we had this telephone, and my dad used to lock it,
Oh,
dial thing,
okay.
so that we don't dial everyone, and everybody used to give our number for their incoming calls. That was one major thing. Then we had this black and white Dianora television, the small one, and then Crown. And I think you remember the names also, like Konark TV, where we had the doors, and we could as well lock it. And then you think on the Ramayana and Mahabharat thing on Saturday and Sunday, you had to go up and adjust the antenna to get the picture. And down we used to be two people and guiding the people up. Okay, we got the picture. It's nice, you come down. And it was that kind of things where in which then we had this cable TV. And we used to wait for that, like the horror movies, which used to Ramsey Brothers horror movies on Thursdays, put by the cable TV guy. It was something like, I think I went through all the transforming of technology, what happened. And playing, learning how to ride a bicycle or a bike or any of those things was such joy. And when I think now we are in the festival season, Ganpati comes, everybody bringing in everything from houses and setting up the pandals. So such kind of nostalgia. And Raigada was such a place wherein which we had people from across India because of Paper Mills, JK Paper Mills Township. So everybody celebrated every festival, and I think the community celebrations were rampant. I come from that time, and such memories. I think I can go on telling, but such kind of different things. And nobody had to call anybody home like we do now. Never had this play zones. Anybody's house was a play zone. Anybody's backyard was a play zone. The street was a play zone. And then everybody, no boy, no girl, we just used to play irrelevant and irrespective of which game it was. Everybody knew everybody in the locality. So I think right now, when it comes to my children, I find that this is what they miss.
Indeed.
Everybody used to walk into anybody's house and have food and go away. And I still remember my dad, we had this Bajaj ka scooter, Hamara Bajaj. Trust me, it used to be like a circus where anybody, uncle, I will also come. And my dad used to carry everybody hanging on his scooter to go to the school. Everybody would climb up and say, yeah, uncle, I'll climb up. And then he would be on the Stephanie, he would be on the side hanging, holding it. So I don't know. I think you can see my smile. And when I remember all those things, it's not one story. Every day we had a lot of stories to tell. I think right now, because of happiness, that technology is there transforming lives. But I think that smaller happinesses, the small incidents is something which I don't see right now, which I feel that my generation of people enjoyed.
Yeah, ma'am, completely agree with that. I can relate to some of the things which you mentioned.
Yes. Possibly you can relate to the early advent of television and
Ramayana Mahabharata thing.
yeah, the dial telephones you could have got it. Then ideally, like, and you won't believe it, I had my first email ID only when I joined my MBA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2000. In the year 2000, I think that time it was like Hotmail and Yahoo. So at that time, so I had my Yahoo email done in my when I did MBA.
Oh, okay.
And thing is that we were not exposed to that kind of things because coming from the smaller towns. Maybe this thing was there in the early 90s in the other metros and cities. But when it comes to the tier 2 and 3, my first email in 2000. Of course, right now when I look back, it's 23 years. but such nostalgia. Like
Right,
first
right.
MBA I had to go to get an email. And then it also surprises me that we could live without an email.
Ah,
So we could live without a telephone or any of those things. But yes, it holds a special value. So many stories, Abhi, but then I think I had very, very good childhood, which was fun, laughter, lot of cultural values imbibed, and lot many different kinds of people who have influenced me in my entire journey from my childhood to my educational academic life. Like so many. Right?
Indeed, ma'am, I can sense the excitement in your voice when you recollect your childhood. And, now let's move a few years ahead. How were your
Yes.
college days, ma'am? How were your
College,
college days?
college, I think so. Like, you know, that in our time, even now also, I don't find it anything different, but maybe on a different level. Engineering, medicine was the ultimate goal of any families at that time. Either you have to be an engineer or you should have been a doctor with an ambition to be a doctor. If you do not want science, you could be a CA. Or you could give a competitive exam in banking. This was the only focus on. So there isn't any other kind of career options or different kind of options or avenues that anybody knew in the smaller towns. So I come from that family where aspirations to have your child being an engineer was there. I was sent to Visakhapatnam, the nearest town educational hub, to go into the coaching centers.
Oh, okay.
I went through the grind like Kota factory. We had the Visakhapatnam hub, where in which early in the morning, 5 o'clock, get up, go to the coaching center, get yourself trained in all the physics, maths, chemistry, and come to home at 12 o'clock, go to college, afternoon college, come back, do the homeworks, and diligently till night, and again go to that. 1-2 years I spent there, long-term coaching. And then I was so frustrated. Then I told my parents that I gave the exam, I got a rank. I said, this is not my ambition. Sorry, I'm not doing engineering. My dad was so upset, he didn't talk to me for 2 years. I went back to my hometown, Raigada, joined in BSc. Because all my friends are engineers, because they got through the rank and they just went ahead with the course. But I don't know, I couldn't connect with engineering. And for me, it was okay, but I didn't think that it was a crime. Honestly, people didn't talk to me, but I was on a different path altogether. I wanted to do different things. I was culturally inclined, and I was a classical Bharatanatyam dancer, Odissi dancer. I wanted to pursue my course there. Of course, my dad wouldn't have it. I had to do my BSc, and then after that, then they got me married because I didn't do engineering, so I was a wasted sort of child.
Punishment.
Yes, punishment marriage. I got married early. I had my daughter early. But then one thing I didn't stop is that I always continued my education. So the education part didn't leave me. Even with my daughter or that. So I think that changed the perspective of my people. They thought that, okay, whatever you do, she's not going to shake away from education. So then I gave an entrance for MBA, the university entrance test, like you have PG set here. So we had this set exam. So I got a rank. So my parents then offered to keep my daughter with them so that I could go and do my MBA. So that also was very funny. Because like we had this ragging thing at that time, soft ragging, of course, not that, but I was totally hilarious. I was thinking, what am I doing here, kind of thing. Fun time, but it was a very, very humble MBA school department. But trust me, I learned how to make do of not having anything there.
Okay.
I see a lot of students complaining in spite of all the infrastructure, the access to job market, people to guide you, and all of those things. I think when I was teaching you guys, I saw that in spite of a lot of things what you had, but still there is something you felt that it's not there. And I just looked back at myself and I saw that I didn't have any of those things. But it never bothered me because my aim was very clear. Whether I got the teaching in the class or not, I got the guidance or not, I always wanted to do some things in life and I was totally towards it. In fact, I was called the Vijaya Lakshmi Kotler. And I used to write notes, and my notes used to be circulated among the juniors, classes, everybody. So I had a fun time there. I participated in every seminar. I took the opportunities for being there and coordinating all the events out there, which gave me enough confidence because I was coming back from a marriage and a child. And I was a little shy to go across with my friends and little hesitant as to I didn't know how they would accept me. These events, participating events, debates, and a dialogue and discussions gave me a lot of confidence that yes, I can do it. And in fact, I was at just the best outgoing student also.
Oh, nice, very nice.
That meant a lot for me because it boosted my confidence. And I can remember this one thing, Abhi, when I went for an internship. Of course, it was to my friend in Dr. Reddy's. All my other interns, co-interns, were from IIMs.
Oh,
I was the only one from a nondescript unknown college. In fact, my guide felt insulting that somebody like me would be in his team. I proved him wrong by working double the hard work, putting in the double the number of hours and giving him a project work in which the results helped immensely for his thing. And he definitely told me, "You are my best intern. I'm sorry that I didn't pay much attention to you." Because I was totally ignored when all the IIMs were there and their opinions mattered, their discussions mattered, and their views mattered. I was only allowed to listen. But when I submitted my project, that is the entire internship project, he just told me after seeing the conclusion and my findings and suggestions, he just told me, "I'm very sorry that I didn't pay attention to you. I wish I could have and not ignored. I shouldn't have ignored you." So that was my confidence to stand among the best and make myself relevant. It didn't matter where I came from. It matters as to how I want to be. So this is my journey of education, which I did. And even then in my first, I gave so many interviews. Every time it was the same thing. We don't know from which college you are. And then I always used to wonder, does it matter? I just want that one break. And I got it in Reliance. It was a very, very nascent and very minimalistic role, that is management training. I just went there, but I made the most of it in the DAKC. And I got myself chosen as a product trainer from a management trainee because I was good at what I was. I worked hard again to understand the product, the requirements, and ensure that I was always one step ahead than all my peers. So I always felt that, yes, maybe if I would have that opportunity to be in a premium tier 1 B school, maybe my path would have been different. But I would never have traded what I went through because those were my stepping stones where I am. And when I came to teach you guys in PES, the day one when I taught your seniors, I always told myself, like, I'm the best. Nothing to worry, I'm the best. That was the first time I was teaching. I came from corporate. I never had the teaching experience except for the knowledge acquired during my MBA days. But I always thought that I'm the best, no worries, I'll do it. So it gave me that self-confidence to stand before all of you. Of course, PES was also one of those institutions which was talked about. in
Hmm.
Bangalore.
Hmm.
And all the students who came there were of a certain ranking.
Hmm.
They were very, very good premium students.
Hmm.
So to stand in front of them, I had to be something more. And I always felt one thing is that if my students know 100 things,
Hmm.
I should be prepared to know 101 thing so that that one thing adds value to their class on that day and their learning.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even then, I worked hard for 2-3 years and ensured that whenever I went to the class,
Hmm.
I was always one step ahead of my students. So, this is my actual academic journey into my career path. But
Hmm.
I feel that I wouldn't have traded any of those things with the premium or the privileged options which I might have missed on,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
this has taught me a lot of
Hmm.
how to have confidence when you don't have anything.
Hmm.
And this confidence takes you a lot, not overconfidence, self confidence, that yes, you can do it. So, yes, I had a blast in my
Hmm.
school days and also in my educational time. Always trying to be something different, trying to do different, bring in different things to whatever I was doing.
Hmm. Very interesting indeed, ma'am. So let's try to make the conversation little serious now. Third
Yes.
section. What were the key challenges in your life, and more importantly, how did you respond to them? This is the first part, and the second part should be your happy moments from life. Over to you, ma'am.
See, there were challenges. Like I said, if you see that, it was not easy for me to come back from the breaks. I
Hmm.
got married, I was having a kid,
Hmm.
break in studies, and I was doing my BSc chemistry honors.
Oh, okay.
I
Hmm.
had to attend practicals
Hmm.
and labs and
Hmm.
all those things. So I had a break of 1 year.
Hmm.
And when I went back, I was actually, what do you call, like 8 months pregnant when I had my lab exams.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know or not, to have a lab examination for chemistry, from
Hmm.
morning it takes till evening, almost like
Oh.
7-8 hours.
Hmm. Hmm.
Trust
Hmm.
me, I was having vomitings. I had to stand all day,
Hmm.
and I actually did my practicals because in the morning, if you mix a solution, it takes so many hours to make it a solid
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
substance as an
Hmm.
output.
Hmm.
So nobody helped me. In fact,
Oh.
none of the professors remembered me as well as a student in them.
Hmm.
Even while going to MBA also, that was one thing. Of course, I passed my BSc,
Hmm.
and then came the entrance test. And when I went to MBA also, I
Hmm.
can laugh it off saying that, okay, fine, I went through ragging and all of those things. That was a second part of it. But
Hmm.
tuning your mind
Hmm.
to come back to the education mode,
Hmm.
leaving your daughter behind with your parents. Because I was always hell-bent on having that regular school, not the, what you call, like distance or other
Hmm.
kind of things. I wanted to experience that college thing. So I had people isolating me, saying that,
Hmm.
okay, she's married with a kid, what do you talk with her, kind of thing.